T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That's right. It's Wednesday. You are here on Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. And it's your girls. It's Wednesday. What else? Where else would you be but here with your Dynamite dolls, honorary Dynamite hotties, whatever you want to call us.
We do it all. It's gonna be a night.
Yes.
It's going to be a night. We thank you all for joining us. As always, we know more of y'all will trickle in. We know how y'all do. But we do, like we say every episode, appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Do you want to just do the thing? Do you want to just get into it?
Well, let's do the thing because we briefly talked and we have strong feelings about tonight. So, you know what we're going to do. Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking about this all night, and I was going to say, me, hot. Somehow, Canada, spicy. I didn't know they brought the spice. I had a great time tonight. I thought best show in a while, honestly. I am not disappointed in a lot of things. Me, personally, can only speak for myself. So I thought it was a hot. Leave your guys' comments, what you think. I'm going to let you take the floor.
It just was tomatoes diced up for me. You know, a little fresh diced tomatoes. No seasoning, not pico de gallo. We wasn't that, mild chunky salsa. It was tomatoes for me. But
is it giving like TikTok creators saying they invented
tostada?
Yeah, she invented that. Yeah.
It's giving very much tostadas. It's a tostada, man. It's a tostada. It wasn't terrible, but it did not move me like it moved a lot of people, and I understand why it moved a lot of people, and I love that for y'all. I'm glad that y'all are getting the episodes that you deserve, especially those of y'all who are originals that have been down since the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, these are the matches and the payoffs and the come arounds that y'all deserve for being here. But for me, meh.
Okay, I respect it. We're here for a respectful dialogue. And you know what? When you talk about people who are like originals, that's me.
Yeah.
You see that Double or Nothing, but I was there 2019. So yes, I have been ride or die for AEW. Not in a
And you
tribalist kind of
deserve
way,
this
not in a
episode.
violating. But
But you deserve this episode. This episode was created for you.
yeah,
That
I had a great time.
that intro segment was written for you, for the people
Yeah.
that have been down from the beginning with the pillars, and that was y'all. And I love that. I love that y'all are getting this because Tony owes this to y'all.
Yeah,
If I'm
so-
gonna be honest, he does owe a lot of these things that are happening to y'all. So
let's get into what we got when we went north of the border.
let's do it.
Um,
Shout out to all our Canadians out there.
yes, we
Canadian
love it.
sounds like store brand salsa. No, baby, it sounds like a pound of Roma tomatoes that we just diced up, and we didn't even make salsa yet. The tomatoes are just cut. Joseph, I could have skipped this and not missed much. Joseph, me and you be on the same wavelength every time. Al bought that
How
donut.
dare you? It's in every shot. Imagine, but we had a show. We were we had 3 championship matches.
You did.
Orange Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett for the newly rebranded International Championship, because we were leveling up. I think leveling up. I think that's what I heard 3 times last week. We were going to hear from the Outcasts. That is their official name. QTV was going to premiere. Jade had a special Canadian challenge. We had a couple trios matches. A lot of multiple tags tonight. Hangman, Stu Grayson, Canada's Own was back tonight. Hopefully, maybe not one night only. I don't know. With his Dark Order brethren, Evil Uno versus BCC. MJF was going to have a re-bar mitzvah because, sure, why not? It's his birthday. And he deserved everything he got tonight. And, of course, in the main event, the Elite, House of Black, and the Jericho Appreciation Society for the Trios Championship.
Yes. All of
so
that.
we went right into it with Maxwell's birthday. And I refused to use any of those graphics they posted. Refused.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so greatly.
However, I will be throwing Al Mania for my birthday this year.
I love that, as you should. They always
got some ideas.
My Clubhouse friends always call WrestleMania Mika Mania now, since they came to Dallas last year and they were at my house and watched at my house. So they call it Mika Mania every year. And they book fantasy matches with us, like our friends versus our friends.
You know what? It's Al Mania and Meek Mania. That's better. That's gonna actually run wild. Because we're taking that. But yeah, Max comes out in the disgusting suit. Disgusting. full birthday celebration.
JD, I call it I can't afford it again mania. Please.
It'd be like that. Yeah. Remember on the Revolution show when I said, or maybe it was Revolution, when I said this man is just going to keep going downhill. Proof. This man is just going downhill. Disgusting. So we're celebrating. We get a full Hava Nagila. I did, however, unfortunately laugh when he said, if you don't clap, you're anti-Semitic, and I hate when he makes me laugh.
He was muted at that point, so I didn't hear that.
It gave me a little chuckle. Just a little chuckle. And I hated it. But we're celebrating. He's on the chair doing birthday things. And we hear Jungle Boy's music first. Then we hear Sammy Guevara. Then Darby Allin. But first, he's wearing a stupid hat. Where did this hat come from?
Disgusting. I don't even...
This is more offensive than Hager's hat.
It really is.
And I hate that hat.
The whole ensemble is giving cheap. It's giving thrift store. It's giving... Okay. Al, you will know what I mean when I say this. Some of y'all might not. It is giving flea market.
Literally was about to say.
Meat. It is giving off-brand assistant coach. It's not. It's giving. I don't have the money to afford this, but I bought it at the flea market.
Mhm.
Please, baby.
He got a 2-for-1. He has it also in black. And then he got a little fruit bowl afterwards. That's what it's giving me. Hate it. The worst hat. Worst hat. I'm gonna make a list of hats, and I don't like that I have to make a list of hats I hate.
Yeah, it'll be a hat graphic coming soon, guys.
Poor
No,
Daddy
he
Minute.
didn't. Jake Yeager wouldn't even wear that ugly hat. Jesus. No wonder his fiance left him. He's 20-some-year-old cheap white who is living like he is 13 years old. Jesus.
I mean, mentally, this man is still stuck at this bar mitzvah. Like, I feel like
forever
peaked.
bar mitzvah. Because this is
Yeah.
like the second or third time he's tried to do this, right?
I think so.
Let it
That's
go,
a core
baby.
memory. I feel like something, some bad things happened to him in his teenage years. So this is probably the last time he was happy in his childhood. That's
Jeez,
some deep-seated trauma.
I wish I had a little video or a graphic that was like that ship has sailed and a ship floating out into the ocean because, baby, let it go. Let it go.
Like this man needs therapy and not a rebar mitzvah.
No, that ain't gonna fix nothing, baby.
But going back to and you can see in the way they're standing, the 4 pillars of AEW, the original men that were brought in at the start of AEW, and they all had spicy things to say. Jungle Man, had lots of things to say. Okay, he's Jungle Man.
Just call him Jack Perry. Just call him Jack.
Jack,
Man
yeah,
is
he's
gross.
Jack Perry, he says he's changed. They have he was like they're all going at him so hard. Even Sammy Guevara made points, and I don't like when Sammy Guevara makes points.
He did make points.
He said that's what MJF tried to come for him, saying you're gonna have a new fiance in 7 months, and he said, "Oh, didn't your fiance leave you?" And then Darby comes in.
And again, it pains me to be on his side, but they're married. That's no longer his fiance. That's his wife.
Yeah,
he
made it to the altar
the way you wanted it to hit. Like, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he made it. They had the party. They had the wedding.
Mm-hmm. You were there.
Get that, Max.
You were in the picture. That made it.
And Darby made points about complaining on Twitter and that there's not going to be a bidding war for him, that he's AEW through and through.
Made me feel great when he said that, because I've said that before and people be like, no, you just don't like MJF. No, baby, there's not going to be a bidding war for him. He's revealing, he's exposing himself, but we'll get into that later. Hello, Hassan.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this more than I thought I was. We knew somebody was going to come out.
I'm so glad.
I surprisingly enjoyed this
party. I'm glad you had a good time.
You know what? At first, I thought this was the worst bar mitzvah I'd ever attended. Turns out, not a bad bar mitzvah. Okay, and we even got cake.
We got cake. Who can say no to cake?
Exactly. When he mentioned cake, I said that man's going through the cake. No cake is safe in wrestling.
I just want to eat my cake. I was like, wrong decision. Do you not know, going back to the beginning of Wrestledom, anytime there's a cake ringside, it is not going to go well, okay?
Any food on a table
ringside, if there's a gift box ringside, never trust it, okay? No. Because disaster.
Yeah.
Spells disaster.
Yeah. So that's how that's how the segment ended. And our first match was Hangman Dark Order versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What an opening match. I thought this was a fun match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Canada was loving them some Stu Grayson.
They were. They were.
That man was working in this match. And I've been saying Dark Order's bringing this intensity. They know this is their moment in this feud, and they have to show that they are not comedy wrestlers. They are a legit faction who should be reckoned with. like
Right.
they were in the beginning with Brody Lee. This is why Brody Lee picked all of them.
Right.
They can do it. But BCC, my BCC boys, I still love them.
I mean,
Dastardly.
their heel turn is evident. It is coming.
It's true. Wheeler's running all over the place, just being a little sneaky snake, grabbing the ring bell, just grabbing. And then this, oh, excuse me, even Claudio, come on, sir, like y'all were
There's a lot going
really
on here.
there's a lot happening.
There's a lot.
So intense. Of course, BCC wins. Mox chokes out Stu, and then they proceed to beat up the boys because at this point, Hangman got knocked out by that bell. But the rest of Dark Order comes out and they get their booty beat. Apparently, we find out later, Evil Uno had to go to the hospital and Stu was with him. This is an important fact, and remember this for later. There will be a quiz. How did you feel about this match?
The match was good. You know, the BCC heel turn is coming. It's evident. You know, Claudio's getting his little foolishness in. Wheeler, I don't know, that man going through a pre-midlife, a quarter life crisis. But all is well. You know, we're doing the things. They won, and of course, like I said, this show has a lot of things that are going to double back. So we will come back to this because it comes back up if you have not seen it.
Yes,
Joseph says Blackpool Combat Club is so big and bad when Hangman isn't in the ring. It's like Hangman versus Mox. It's a feud that never ends and goes on and on, my friends. Match was fine. Good as you. Not the lamb chop.
Oh my god.
This is the song that
Somebody's gonna make a reel with that now. This feud.
Yes, that is funny. This is a feud that never.
You know what?
Tickled.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm tickled.
Yeah. And look, before the second hour, here comes Jade and her Canadian Open Challenge. A pleasant surprise. An interesting one. We see Jade. This is how I knew things were bad, and I think we all knew it was bad when Nicole Matthews didn't get an entrance. She got the in-ring entrance.
Not only did she not get an entrance, but the commentators trying to tell us that, you know, there's 14 years of experience here. Well, it doesn't matter if you're not even going to let the lady come out.
Yeah, they didn't treat her
like a veteran.
Yeah.
But we soon come to find out that they didn't do that because the segment was never about her.
So very quick match. We're 54-0. Oh, who shows up? Hey girl, hey. One Miss Canadian herself, Taya Valkyrie. And these two have a little back and forth. These two are seeing eye to eye. Look at this. This is an image though, because like who else? Jade is smaller usually. Also, the pink roots on Jade are great, and that's an aside. Just I enjoyed it.
I will say this, and if anyone watched, yes, Taya hit Layla with Jade's finisher. Executed beautifully. I will be honest, and if anyone watched All Elite with Keeks, I said this on there when I was with her on Monday, her and Hearts. They're gonna have to be very careful with this one because Taya is a force, and while I think she is the perfect veteran to help elevate Jade, Jade has to learn how to trust in the ring. And she does not know how to do that yet. And that's evident with when they've given her matches with bigger people. And I always point this one out because it's painfully obvious in this match. But her match with Nyla. you could tell that Jade has not learned to trust her opponent. And so because of that, Taya is going to have to be working with her nonstop for Jade, one, to feel comfortable, and then two, for Jade to get the benefit of being elevated by Taya. Because if not, the match is just going to expose Jade. And that's what we don't want right now. Because while we love her and she's growing, and Bryan Danielson has been doing amazing with her, she is still the big dog of the B tier. She is not barking big enough for A tier yet. Can she? Absolutely. Will she? 100%. Right this second, you are still barking up, baby. You barking up. We can't put you in a match with Jamie Hayter right now. We can't put you in a match with Rio right now. We can't put you in a match with Serena Deeb right now. You're barking up. And so I'm hoping that our girl takes the tutelage of this veteran and really invest in what Taya has to offer her, and let Taya and Bryan propel her to that next step that she needs to get to. Because she said herself, she wants to drop this title and start barking with the big dogs. Well, baby, you got to wrestle with the big dogs too. And the person that got that belt currently, y'all might not like when I say this, but she ain't Britt Baker, baby. She's better. She's Jamie Hayter is one of the better women wrestlers that have held that title in a while. So you talking about taking the title off of Jamie? You's gonna have to wrestle, baby. So I love this, and I'm hopeful, and I don't want it to go the opposite way. So we're just gonna keep the hopefulness and the positivity out there that she does what needs to do to benefit from this.
Yeah, I get scared to get my hopes up sometimes with AEW, but the way Taya was presented was a little different than the way most of
100%.
the women who've been introduced have been. And even, obviously she did her move, but even this graphic is official. Immediately, Tony posted.
I'm talking about it. The girl wasn't even out good.
Were we? Yeah, we weren't even on commercial, and this graphic's posted. We waited 87 years for a Willow graphic.
We did.
And so
we waited for an Athena graphic. We waited for it, man.
Yeah. And the fact that he did that feels big. Like they
and
know.
It is. But
it's huge. It's the huge signing.
Huge. It's huge, and it's a benefit for the entire women's division if they take advantage of it. But they have to. Joseph. Taya was never going to go back to being Frankie Monet. She was very outspoken about how she hated her time at NXT. And we all know that they misused one of the best female wrestlers in our time, if we're being honest. Y'all can dispute and you can do whatever, but if we're doing a top 10, top 15 list, Taya Valkyrie, all of her accolades, she's on there. She's on there. It just is what it is. And so we're hoping that they benefit, and it's not just a quick move by Tony to get people back invested in the women's division, because we'll get to the outsiders and all of that in a second. But, we gonna see. We gonna see. Now, this, I will say, because we've been talking about this for weeks, Al, about somebody who can dethrone Jade and still maintain momentum.
Yeah,
we're not talking about a joke. Taya can cut promos. Yeah. She has a look. She can wrestle. Like that. That might be the one. That might be the one to take the title.
She, she could definitely do it. I think you saw it in our chat. I was like, if Chris Statlander isn't ready, because that's who, in my mind, probably was going to be the one.
Right.
Taya is going to be the perfect one. And also, Jade has been so backed into that corner where Taya, if she loses to whoever, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt her, you know?
Yeah.
But she's going to turn the TBS title into something else.
Prestigious. She has the ability to do that.
Yeah. Because now you have somebody who brings that history into it. Where Jade built it, she kind of established, okay, this is what it kind of should be.
Right.
But Taya's going to take it and flourish.
Yeah.
I just want it to have time, and that's my number one issue with AEW, with any of their feuds, is always time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like 3-week feuds and then we move on. And I think this needs time to really have Jade just sink her teeth into it, and maybe, you know, Taya and Layla, you know what I mean? And then they have a little interaction. They need to feel each other out before they have a match.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Something. But Taya is also going to wrestle on Rampage. They announced that she's already in her first match on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
This says a lot.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for what that's going to do for the TBS Championship, because she has that belt. She's going to elevate whoever's going to challenge her. You know, like I said the other week, Julia Hart, you know, like the younger girls, she's going to work with them and help them get better.
Right.
Like, that'll be the one for all the young girls, and she's going to be the veteran that's going to help them walk through. So when whoever gets that next championship will be better.
Exactly.
It's going to be great. I'm excited. Yeah. I want it to take its time.
I was waiting for you, girl. I was waiting for you, Nikki.
There she is. But yes, we are very excited. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I like that. Cautiously optimistic.
And then immediately after, we hear from our boy Ricky about a previously aired Juice Robinson promo. Best line was that Bullet Club hasn't been relevant since like 2015.
Where's the lie? I implore y'all to discover the lie. Okay.
I just don't see any lies. And like I said, we knew Ricky was going to carry this, and he is. So we'll see where this goes.
My mixed feelings. Oh yes, Nikki, the product crew neck for me. My mixed feelings about this. Oh God.
This is not what I thought this was going to be. I thought it was going to be an in-ring interview segment. If I'm being totally honest, I thought it was a Miz TV. You know, I was like, that's interesting for them to do. Not on my bingo card.
No.
A choice, but good for RJ City back there. Look at you. But we did find out that they are the ones behind Wardlow's break-in last week.
I mean, we found that out after the.
Yeah, we know. It's the factory is TMZ. Oh God. Yeah, Nikki.
We know, Nikki.
I'm happy you're happy about this.
Yes.
Nikki's gonna get a polo too. She's gonna get a QTV polo soon.
My boo looks great. That's all I got. He looks amazing.
Good for him. And did he get his name back? Because he said it's Will's World now.
Whatever they want to call him, the man still is the man. They can call him whatever they want to call him. The man is the man.
Yeah, so I guess we're still feuding with Wardlow for the time being.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make it quick. This is the opposite of what I just said about it.
Right. Go ahead and wrap this up.
This is the opposite. Wrap it up and move on to something else. Put Wardlow away from Hobbs.
Right.
Interesting.
Far away. I'm so glad you enjoyed this, Nikki. This gives me right up your alley. This is
I like ridiculous, but this didn't do anything for me. Maybe without Hobbs. I think Hobbs felt weird.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is not his type of shtick at all.
I think that's what I would like. If it was no Hobbs, I probably would have been like, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, So we'll see what's going on with this.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the part where this is a low the brand new international championship, Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
Just shout out to this man.
Yeah. Yes.
Really.
Classic.
Yeah. But this didn't do much for me, honestly. I love Orange Cassidy. It didn't do anything for me.
I'll be honest. Orange and Jeff Jarrett didn't
Terrified me
need
at
all of
times.
they didn't need the antics. Jeff Jarrett can still
Yeah,
go.
it was.
So all of the antics, I honestly took away from it. I wish they would have just
Mhm.
let the two of them wrestle, because
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett is the reason that we have this change with this title. I really am a fan of how he did change it and what direction we're going in with it. And, him being the first person that we're going to, defend it with, all of that is beautiful. It should have just been the two of them. The interferences took away from everything. And Nick,
One,
Mhm,
fine. It just was after.
mhm. And
Too
Nikki,
much.
honestly, I wouldn't have hated if Jeff Jarrett had won. But
I
when
would
I
have.
think about it, because of what that title is supposed to do and the amount of travel and things like that, I just feel like it's easier for Orange Cassidy to hold it, because Orange is going to have to start showing up in New Japan and all this other stuff. And because we know that that's why this title is being changed. That's it. Tony has been harping on the relationship cross promotionally since December. So we all know that's what's happening here. It's clear the direction it's going in, and that's good. We love that. But when I thought about that, I was like, yeah, they're probably not going to put it on Jeff. He's a VP. They need him stateside and with them as much as possible. So I'm okay with OC retaining, but the match was actually really good without all of the interferences. They could have just wrestled.
Yeah. The end. I was stressed. I didn't want this man to win a title because I felt like that's something they would do, and it's stress gave me anxiety that I didn't need. Um, but you're right, and I forget about I know we just announced Forbidden Door, also in
Mm-hmm.
Canada this summer, but then I'm thinking of Orange Cassidy and New Japan, and my brain just got very excited. I just need like a promo with like Yano. But anyways.
Right.
Yeah, that's a weaker spot in the show. It's fine.
It's fine.
So we're gonna hear from the Outcasts. On Wednesdays we wear green flannels.
Apparently.
Uh
Not the same
yeah.
color green flannel, but just green flannel.
No, variations, that's fine. You can wear different variations. It's kind of like a bridesmaid's dress where you wear there's the color, but you can kind of pick your own.
Right.
Do your own thing. So they cut a promo. It's fine. It's the usual. Calling people neckbeards, saying, they're here to beat up all the homegrowns and rookies, and they went through everybody. The same old, same old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tony does have a good point. They didn't get to call her the actual champion. They called her interim,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfair. So that's only one point, but it's not saying much.
Yeah.
So they call out Jamie and Britt, and they came in their Canadian tuxedos.
Yeah, you got to answer.
If you have to. They did. We didn't see them last week, but here they came. I want to wear Britt's outfit. That's just a side note. But yeah, they came, and obviously 2-on-3, they're going to get the numbers. Were too much,
Right.
even for them. Out comes Sky Blue, Willow, and Riho, who had a little pipe in her hand,
Mm-hmm.
to save the day. I like the juxtaposition of her little bow top and her little herself with
Mm-hmm.
the pipe,
She always looks like a child.
So
Like,
That's
not
what I
being
would look
funny,
like.
she just always looks like a little kid.
She does. I have the same problem, so I feel like,
Mhm. Mhm.
But this is finally what this needed for them to all band together against them. This could have happened months ago.
Another point that we talked about on All Elite with Keeks,
Mm-hmm.
they have to really do something with this. And when I say
Yeah.
they, I mean the outsiders, because they are triggering a core memory for wrestling fans with this outsider thing, right? And it's really hard when you're going to do something like that, but expect the fans to connect to you, especially when it's a Titan, like we're talking about NWO outsiders, right? Like that's literally what you're triggering with the spray paint, with the you're triggering this core memory. You guys have to stand out. You got to bring it. These promos have to be on point. The wrestling has to be on point. Because if not, it's just going to be like, oh, Tony Khan just wanted to bring out, redo the NWO with women. And that's what we don't want. We don't want people just trashing this because they're calling themselves the outsiders or the outcasts or
Outcasts.
whatever. You know what I mean? You even pick a name that's so
It's too
close.
close where people get confused.
You have to be careful. We see this happen so many times. Bryan Danielson just escaped the what chant, and he still really hasn't escaped the what chant. You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
And I
we're still yesing.
I want these women to do something with this. And I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say it, but Ruby Soho is the best thing about the Outcast. Honestly.
Yeah.
She's cut the best promos. She has the best look. She's the most believable when it comes to the fight. When we're putting in the fight, she's the most believable. And unfortunately, she's having to put this on her back. She let them talk today, and I was just like, child.
Right, and I love Tony. This is
Me too.
established.
Adore
Tony
Tony
Storm,
Storm.
but we
Adore
love
her.
her. But it's not her strong suit to cut promos, and that's okay. But you're right. I don't believe her because she is the chill, smiley, friendly girl, fun girl. It's hard. She's trying, but it's not hitting. And Saraya is just Saraya. But you're right, Ruby's because Ruby has that internal fire that they need, because Tony and Saraya weren't burned like Ruby was.
Right. I mean, Tony, you left on your own. You quit.
Yeah, she decided to leave, and Saraya had a great career, a whole film. They're doing an A and E special about her. I keep wanting to say AEW. So they still respect her, and they still are acknowledge her. So she didn't end on a bad term. So Ruby is the only one who has what it's needed. It needs that fire to. The reason they're burned is because they came here. She said she came here because his grass was greener and it was going to be a better opportunity. The other two came here because, yeah, Tony came here for the better opportunity. She got the better opportunity. Saraya came here because she was like, oh, I could wrestle.
They're going to clear me.
So it's not believable. I want it to be believable because I think in theory, and I know I just keep repeating myself, it could be good. Like this side's great. They're like, oh no, you're not going to take us. Even these unlikely animal friends in Jamie and Riho.
Right.
Where you're still a little tension, but they're like, we got to do what we got to do because we've been holding this down. I don't know what they can do. Do they need to bring somebody else in?
I think that's the wrong move.
Yeah.
They don't need to add anybody else to the party. I just think they got to figure out how to save it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
But we'll see. And we got 2 segments for the women.
We did.
I'm gonna give them that. And they were spread out. They were not back to back.
Right. Love that. Thank you,
And
Tony.
we may not have gotten a long match. We got a match that led into a story.
Right.
We got this that leads into our story. So I'm okay with that. It doesn't always need to be a match. It needs
Right.
to tell my story. It needs to prove your point to
Right.
get to the match.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to say I'm cautiously optimistic.
I love that.
Because I wouldn't jinx it, but
Right.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
These 2 idiots.
Jesus Christ.
Just a rebuttal.
With these 2.
They saw a previous rap video that the Acclaimed played
Highly
earlier in the
entertaining.
show. It was a good one. Great.
It was entertaining. I'm sorry.
So good. Love this voice. And so they called him out because they still want him in the Jericho Appreciation side. They said, "We like rap."
We like rap. That took me out.
I hate them.
I was like, I don't know why we're here.
Also, when he said he saw his nipples hard, I said, "That's weird."
It's not even a feud. It's not even
it's one-sided. It's one-sided.
We're feuding.
Because the Acclaimed were talking about getting their title back, and these 2 are still. It's a one-sided feud. They're like a bug on a windshield for the Acclaimed.
They're just doing this to entertain themselves at this point.
They have nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah. So, sure. And here we go. We've made it to our main event.
To our main event.
Trios Tag Team Championship. Shout out to the AEW graphic department because I love this.
Yeah.
This match. Canada was loving it.
Yeah. Canada was all into pops.
This
the intro pop. Love that.
Oh my god. Kenny was so happy to be home. Jericho's dad
singing. Judas the cutest. The cutest.
I was like, man, that's precious. Mad about it. Okay. Yeah, great match.
And I do love that they brought out House of Black first.
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of House of Black's feelings, right, and their character, House of Black respectfully allowed both teams to get the pop in Canada that they deserve. They let the Bucks and Kenny take their time getting to the ring and doing the pose and all of that. They let Jericho take his time and show his, and I love that. I love that so much that they allowed for that moment to happen for them, especially knowing how the match ended up. So
honestly, yeah, this match, craziness. A long match. They got a lot of time.
They got a. When I looked at they were like, it's time for the main event. I looked at the clock. I said, Jesus Christ! I was like, I'm 45 minutes. Definitely had half an hour. I looked down at 8:50 and I was like, we are still going. Okay.
I walked out. I think maybe it was on a commercial or something. I walked out for a second. I came back in and I was like, oh, it must be almost over. No, it's 6:45. I was like, we're okay. Sure, let me just settle in.
Right. Correct, Joseph, and got a 40-second runoff. Exactly.
We saw Jericho and Kenny having to team up at times because they knew they're like, ugh, we got to deal with this House of Black because Brody King is a giant, massive man. They're all giant, massive men, but Brody King is the giantest of the massive men in this team. Brody was about to go off the top rope, and Kenny said no, and so much. Buck super kicking everybody.
It was a party.
Yeah, it was a super kick party. even Sammy Guevara. I
Mhm,
hate when he wrestles good.
mhm,
Hate giving him
mhm.
props. Daniel Garcia, they just all did so well. Love it. Just the whole spot. Um, but in the end, which okay, I'm gonna be honest, didn't like the end. Felt
Then
weird.
was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
It was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
It was Finisher Mania, and then House of Black comes in with the pin and takes the belt.
Yeah. So yes, that. But I'm happy they won. Obviously, clearly.
Mhm.
Um, they win. Hager and a stupid hat come out. He gets the beat down,
As he deserves.
as he should. So they're beat down. And also during this match, we got a picture during the match of what was happening backstage. And there
Because
was
it
a
was
fight.
clearly going down. It was going down.
There's
Okay.
drama. They had to. Breaking news. Hangman,
Everybody was getting beat the hell up. Do y'all hear me? Everybody.
BCC.
They in the back fighting. We in the
Yep.
front fighting.
Yes.
The pit bulls was outside fighting.
Craziness.
Everybody was just fighting. Okay.
A wild night in Winnipeg. But Hangman and Dark Order were getting brawling with BCC during this match.
Which they
So
said
these guys.
Stu. Did they say Stu had to go? Who had to go to the
Stu was
ER?
with Evil Uno at the ER. Evil Uno was in the hospital.
So it was a lot happening, Joe. It was a lot.
Yes. So yeah, so there's a
Right.
brawl.
Taz
Then
should
we
have
see
jumped
them
over
running
the,
down.
exactly. Taz should have jumped over the desk and just punched somebody because what is going on here?
At this
Everybody.
point, this is what was confusing because then we see Hangman just beating people down off stage, right? Then everybody's brawling. Then House of Black is gone, and then
BCC chickens out, leaves the ring because I will say this: the way there was no hesitation with Kenny and the Bucks getting in that ring behind Hangman. They looked up and could not roll under that bottom rope enough. I know you were screaming at
I
the
might
top.
cry again. I might cry just thinking about this, guys. Like I'm overwhelmed.
Bucks came, the Bucks and Kenny came ASAP. And Blackpool said, you know what? Don't worry about it. We didn't already beat them up in the back. We done sent that man to the hospital. We just gonna go. Y'all figure that out. Don't y'all got some history or whatever? Y'all talk amongst yourselves. We'll catch y'all next time.
Mox
And then
said Renee's calling me because she had a rough night. I gotta go.
gotta go.
And then this is how we ended.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay, everybody. Not okay. Even just looking at this and thinking about it again, literally, I might cry again. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an elite girly, and it brings me a lot of emotions and feels. The way my jaw dropped because I'm sitting here and I was like, that was a match. Gonna get ready to do this show. Then I saw this. Unwell. Unwell.
And
Friendship.
this is what I mean at the beginning of the show when I said that this show is for the originals and for the people that are super invested in AEW. Not that I'm not, but the people that have been there since day one, because this is stuff coming full circle. This is stuff giving a payoff
deep dive.
that they deserve. So I
This
was
is
so
like you gotta watch BTE. You gotta watch the extra stuff to know
Mhm.
all the layers
why it
to
means
this.
so much. Yeah.
It's like you could know Kenny and Hangman were tag teams and the alcohol storyline. You could know that and it still hits. And you still understand why this is important. But if you watch everything and you've been through it, guys, I'm not okay. It's just
While Al is
this is what I
recovering,
need. I'm sorry. This just brings me so much joy
while Al
and
is recovering,
emotions.
let's talk about this. Because we got the graphic for this and I
Ooh,
screamed. Okay. And
another
I
thing that's gonna make
know
me
I
cry.
haven't even been on Twitter to check and see if Stoke has tweeted anything.
Oh,
But
he
it
is
is
very upset. I forgot what he tweeted, but he's mad.
it is time. And I am elated. And also, yes, Taya will debut Friday. And also, the love of my life will defend his title
Ray
against
Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix. So we're gonna get some good matches on Friday. They said more to be announced. I mean, it's only an hour, so I don't know how much More is going
And
to be
it's
announced.
late.
It
It's
is
a
late.
late show, people.
Oh,
So
he said, and I quote, F word. That's all he did. He tweeted the graphic
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
with the capital letters. That's it. So somebody in the comments said, "You got this, narrator." He does not got this. So yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
I can't wait for next week. I can't wait for Stokely and Hook. Low key should be the main event, but
Right.
in our hearts.
It's gonna be my main event. I'm gonna be cackling, okay?
Just we need to get some popcorn. Just gonna
Oh,
be
we
so
gonna
good.
pop the popcorn and we gonna we gonna do it. Matter of fact, we need to be talking to each other when this happens because baby, this is gonna be
Yeah,
hilarious.
we usually hold all things until we see each other. Maybe next week we won't.
Maybe that Friday, that's gonna be something, baby, and I'm excited
Oh
for it.
my goodness. What a show. Two very different responses, and that's fair because there's all different levels of wrestling.
Mhm.
And
And
that's
everything
okay.
is not for everybody. And like I said, I did not hate it. This show just was not for me as a fan. It was for
Mhm.
Al as a fan, and that is okay. Everything, and the sooner that wrestling fans realize that every show does not need to cater to what you want to see, the happier you will be as a wrestling fan. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy
Mhm.
it. And if somebody else is enjoying it, great. Now, if it's disrespectful or if it's, uncouth or if it's, classless, it's a different conversation. We can talk about that. But if you just didn't care for it because it wasn't for you because you're not an OG, that's okay. And it wasn't for me. I didn't trash any of the matches. I told you guys which ones I loved. I gave y'all my objective opinions on the segments. I'm happy about some things and we're just gonna move forward. And we got next week to look forward to. So
Mhm.
it's some big things that they're building. So we're gonna see what the payoffs are, how quickly they're gonna come or not quickly, and yeah, it was a show.
It was a show. What a night.
What
And
a
yeah, just be respectful about wrestling. Don't don't be rude. It's we like the same thing, but we like different flavors of the thing.
Mhm.
And that's
And
okay.
sometimes we love the same thing, and sometimes we
Yep.
don't. And it's okay.
Yep. But
It's
we
okay.
didn't hate the thing tonight.
Yeah, no, didn't hate the
Honestly,
thing.
it's the first time in a while, and yeah, I'm overjoyed, but I don't feel disappointed. Some nights,
Mhm.
some Wednesdays, I'm disappointed,
Correct. Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
not tonight. Maybe it's daylight savings time. It's brighter light. I don't know. I was great night tonight, but
It was. It
next
was.
week
Um,
should be
next week,
fun.
tomorrow,
Oh
also
yeah.
will be fun. If you guys have not seen the card for tomorrow for Ring of Honor, we are now also your honorable hotties over
Mhm,
here with the
mhm.
Ring of Honor. If you guys have not seen the card, I'll just run it down real quick because it's us. We'll show y'all the commercial and then we'll get up out of here.
Yep.
Ring of Honor card. We got Athena versus Hyan for the Women's World Championship Proving Grounds match. We got the Outrunners versus Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels. We got Claudio Castagnoli versus one of my favorite people in wrestling, Willie Mack. We got, and that's also for the Proving Ground match for the World Championship. We got Mike Bennett versus Dante Martin. I am excited about
So
that.
good.
So excited about that. We got Eddie Kingston versus Jeeves K. We got Ari Daivari and Slim J versus Metalink and Blake Christian. We got Madison Rain and Trisha Dora.
Ooh.
We got Silas Young and Marcus Cross. And just for me and Al, they got the Embassy versus Dalton Castle and the boys for the 6-man tag championship.
We're gonna be
And
beefing tomorrow.
to round it all off, we got Wheeler Yuta and Clark Connors for the Pure Championship. It's going to be a card tomorrow, guys. So you got to come back and tune in and catch the show tomorrow, right after Ring of Honor. Me and
Mhm.
Al will be back to give you guys everything that happened on Honor Club if you don't have an Honor Club subscription. But until then,
Yeah.
we'll let our CEO
Yeah.
tell you about what's going on the channel.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw Post-Show, WoW Post-Show, AEW Dynamite Post-Show, Women's Wrestling Army Post-Show, NXT Post-Show, Impact Wrestling Post-Show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live Post-Show, On the Scroll, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks, TK.
That also does not include the debut of the all
AEW All Access.
Yes, reality show that will come again April 9th. We are not competing with Mania Weekend. We are not crazy. So we will come to y'all April 9th with a 2-parter episode to cover both episodes that we missed. And that will be on Sundays as well with Turnbuckle Glam. So if you love the gold standard on Turnbuckle Glam, you'll love us there, and you'll love us, giving y'all the review on the AEW reality show. So we're doing all we can here at Women's Wrestling Talk to bring y'all all of the things that you want, even the things that you didn't know you wanted. That's what we're here for.
Listen, I didn't know I needed the All Access show, but I'm ready. 2 more weeks. Let's go.
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, guys.
Yes, and we will be back tomorrow, like we said, for Ring of Honor. But before we go, where can we find you, your lovely face on the internet?
Sorry, guys. New job is killing me. Y'all know where to find me. Meek the Mage, all the things, making magic all the time. Twitter is my bag when it comes to wrestling stuff. You can follow me on Instagram, but you don't get the same content on Instagram. You just got to look at me looking cute and taking selfies and videos. But on
that's why I follow you.
Insane. But on Twitter, you get the actual interaction and the content. So that's where y'all can find me writing articles, doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, sister?
Oh, you know where to find me. Oh, yeah, 2 underscores, doing all the things. It's Women's History Month. We got big stuff going on. There's plenty of interviews and things happening. You'll see us all around the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So come back tomorrow for Ring of Honor. It'll be a good time. And help us decide what we're going to rank, a ranking system.
Yeah, we got to figure one out. I'm going to look for some stuff tonight, too.
Figure it out. We'll get it. It's only episode 2. But yeah. If we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you next week, right here on Women's Wrestling Talk, #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.